So we've tried to really work on it, because one thing we did with Super Street Fighter 4 was, of course, to bring these characters into 3D with fully 3D rendered character models and backgrounds. So it was a really natural transition to the 3D on the 3DS. So even if you're playing in sort of a traditional side-to-side mode, you still get a great 3D effect with a lot of depth of field. But we've also added a new mode called Dynamic Mode, which sort of moves it to like an over-the-shoulder kind of, almost like a third-person shooter kind of experience, where you can really see, you know, the moves going into the screen, adds a lot of depth of field, and gives you that whole really, lets the 3D really pop in a brand new way. Moves are still done the same exact way, so it doesn't affect the gameplay at all. That's still 100% there. It's just a new angle, but even just watching, if you're spectating on someone else's match, you can, even if they're playing in the traditional side-to-side mode, you can actually change it to over-the-shoulder mode. So it's a fun way to watch it, even if you're not playing that way. So we are able to bring pretty much the entire console experience. So we've got all 35 fighters there, and not only do we have 100% of their gameplay, all their ultra combos, everything like that, we are also able to add alternate costumes that we originally had as downloadable content that are now just packed in with the game. You'll have them all right from the start. Everybody's unlocked right from the get-go, so the full thing. The only thing we really had to do at all was some of the animations in the background have changed a little bit, but the actual gameplay, 100% still there, all the character animations. So we've got that whole thing. We've got great online, so going the local wireless. We've also going to be the only game at launch to have the global online connectivity, so you can play anybody from around the world, all your friends, whether they're in the room or across the country.
I hope you're ready for a beating.
We've got a similar ranking system that you had in the console experience for Super Street Fighter 4. We've got basically battle points, so as you become stronger and stronger and have a better record, you'll be sort of ranked against people with similar kinds of records, and you hopefully won't be fighting against people who are brand new. That keeps it more interesting for the pro players, and the newer players won't be ranked against killers. We've also got the light and pro control modes, so basically in the light mode you can do special moves just with the touch of a button on the light pad, which is great for new players, never been able to do it before. But if you're a crusty old guy like me that doesn't want to play against new people who haven't struggled to do the moves, you can sort them out online. So you can pick, I only want to fight other pro control players, or I only want to play other light control, or I don't care, you know, bring it. The other thing you can do is if you're playing in arcade mode, you can actually turn on what's called fight requests. So you can play against the computer and battle them, and if somebody steps onto your train car that also has their fight request mode on, you guys will go head to head just like that. Or you can have people, you can open it up to anybody from the internet and they can jump in on your game as well. So it's actually exactly the same controls and it works out great, but the secret, the sort of guilty pleasure for pros like me is that I actually like the light control mode better, because I can play a lot of characters and whatever, I can do some complicated stuff, but there's some characters I've always sort of struggled with, or, you know, I've always thought it'd be really fun to play Zangief, but I have sometimes trouble with the standing 720s. Now I can do it at the touch of a button, so I'm like a happy schoolgirl. I know the pro players will be like, oh, that's not for me, I'm a tough guy. You're gonna try it and have fun with it, just like me, and it's a whole new world of a chance to play maybe some guys you never got to before, and I really am having a great time. Super Street Fighter 4 for the Nintendo 3DS is coming out on March 27th. It's a launch title. Be there, so go pick up your 3DS and pick up Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition.